Good afternoon, coming to you live from Angkasa, I'm Azlani and you're watching Updates at Noon. Making our headlines for today, EC's special meeting to discuss Johor state election affairs. And Works Ministry calls for justification of RFID stickers price. The Election Commission, EC, will conduct a special meeting on 9th February to discuss and determine the date to hold the 15th Johor state election. The meeting will be chaired by EC Chairman Dato' Abdul Ghani Saleh to address several important dates such as the election writ, nomination day, polling day and the electoral roll that will be used along with other preparations on the elections. On Saturday, the Sultan Johor, Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar, consented to sign the dissolving of the State Legislative Assembly. The EC has received official notification from the Johor State Assembly Speaker on the dissolution of the 14th State Legislative Assembly in accordance with Clause 2, Article 23 of the second part, Laws of the State of Johor Government Constitution 1895. The previous State Assembly consisted of Barisan Nasional with 28 seats and Pakatan Harapan with 27 seats. Regarding the issue on the cost of radio frequency identification stickers, which have been alleged to be too expensive for users, Plus Malaysia Berhad and the Touch and Go Group were called to table a justification on the rationale of selling price of the stickers. Senior Works Minister Datuk Sri Fadilah Yusof said a detailed report on the matter will be prepared by both of the parties.
Sekarang ini Kementerian Kerja Raya bersama Kementerian Kewangan akan menilai segala cost structure yang mereka buat itu. Apakah justifikasi mengapa dikenakan 35? Kalau tidak, kita akan pastikan sama ada untuk dikurangkan ataupun apakah kos yang menasabah yang boleh dikenakan pada pengguna.
He was asked to comment on the RFID issue, which had been implemented on 15 January. Questions about the cost have been raised by the public, with some saying that the sticker can be easily damaged and cannot be used on another vehicle. The transition into the new method of toll plaza payment system went viral after Plus replaced smart tag toll lanes to RFID lanes, which came at a high cost in addition to problems detected that caused major inconveniences for road users. Electricity theft cases through illegal cryptocurrency mining increased 400% for the past 4 years, with an estimated loss amounting to 2.3 billion ringgit. Energy and Natural Resources Minister Dato' Sri Taqiyuddin Hassan in a statement said these involve a total of 7,209 cases. In 2018, 610 cases were recorded, followed by 1,043 cases in 2019, 2,465 cases in 2020, as well as significant increase up to 3,091 cases last year. He emphasized that the increase in cases is a worrying trend as it affects not only the energy industry in terms of value, but also the stability of the electricity supply system and public safety. The extreme use of high-powered cryptocurrency mining machines 24 hours non-stop could cause short circuits due to the use of non-standard fuses and loads exceeding cable capacity, risking causing fires. Dato' Sri Taqiyuddin urged members of the public who suspected or had information on power theft to contact the Energy Commission, ST, Tenaga Nasional Berhad or the police so that appropriate action could be taken. The government has given approval to 32 companies from 3 countries to import frozen whole chicken to Malaysia to overcome chicken meat supply shortages. Minister of Agriculture and Food Industries, Dato' Sri Dr. Ronald Kiandi, said the 3 countries involved are Thailand, China and Brazil. Importers from those countries are required to comply with all the conditions set, including ensuring halal status. The move was made as a temporary measure and will be stopped once the chicken supply in Malaysia returns to a stable level. The approval to import frozen chicken is for a period of 3 months starting last December until this February.
Beberapa buah negara yang dibenarkan pengepotan mesti harus memenuhi syarat-syarat dari segi keselamatan makanannya, dari segi halal, haram, dan keperluan agama, dan yang telah diiktiraf oleh kementerian, oleh kerajaan. Jadi kita benarkan setakat ini untuk mengimport ayam bulat daripada Thailand, China dan juga Brazil.
The Foreign Affairs Ministry plans to start a cultural diplomacy program by the middle of this year with the involvement of several embassies. Its Minister, Datuk Seri Saifuddin Abdullah, said at the initial stage he suggested organising a mini film and documentary festivals to promote Malaysian culture on the international stage.
Dan biasanya bila kedutaan itu menjadi penganjur, apa yang dilakukan ialah dia akan jemputlah publik untuk datang menonton. Sama macam di Kuala Lumpur, kedutaan asing dia buat festival film, sama ada di kedutaan atau dia sewa panggung atau sebagainya, dan publik akan datang menonton.
Details on the cultural diplomacy program content will be implemented in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, MOTAC, Communications and Multimedia Ministry, Education and Higher Education Ministries. He said the ministry also planned to create an attaché post to promote cultural diplomacy in foreign countries next year. 8 individuals were called to the Brickfields District Police Headquarters to provide their statements into their involvement in the rally which took place in the federal capital last Saturday. Brickfields District Police Chief ACP Ami Hizam Abdul Shukur said all of them were called to facilitate investigations into an event which was held a day before the rally. He explained that police are conducting an investigation under Section 505 Subsection B of the Penal Code, Section 9 Subsection 5 of the Peaceful Assembly Act 2012, and regulations under the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act 1988. ACP Ami Hizam also informed that several other individuals will also be called up later to assist investigations. Among those present were activists Adam Adli Abdul Halim, DAP Youth Chief Howard Lee, and Malaysian United Democratic Alliance Muda Vice President Dr. Tanusha Francis Javier. Initial police probe found that the individuals involved had gathered last Friday to invite members of the public to participate in the rally held in Bangsa. Bank Negara Malaysia's BNM International Reserve stood at $116.2 billion as at 14th January 2022. The central bank in a statement said the reserve's position is sufficient to finance 7.4 months of retained imports and is 1.2 times the total short-term external debt. The main components of the international reserves were foreign currency reserves amounting to $102.6 billion, IMF reserves position of $1.4 billion, special drawing rights of $6 billion. In terms of assets, the central bank recorded gold worth of $2.3 billion and other reserve assets totaling $3.9 billion. Capital and liabilities comprise paid-up capital amounting to 100 million ringgit, reserves of up to 182.21 billion ringgit, 153.1 billion ringgit of currency in circulation. Furthermore, there are deposits by financial institutions involving 145.4 billion ringgit, federal government deposits worth 17.29 billion ringgit, other deposits worth 6.10 billion ringgit, Bank Negara papers 7.28 billion ringgit, 28.15 billion ringgit in allocation of SDRs and other liabilities amounting to 5.96 billion ringgit. sports, Sultan Azlan Shah Cup to make a comeback in November. Details on that after this. The Sultan Azlan Shah Cup hockey tournament, which was last organised in 2019, is set to be held again this year from 15th to 25th November. The Malaysian Hockey Confederation (MHC) in a statement said that the Sultan of Perak, Sultan Nazrin Shah, had consented to the tournament dates when their representatives had an audience with His Royal Highness at Istana Hinggap, Perak yesterday. MHC President Datuk Sri Subhan Kamal, his deputy Professor Datuk Dr. S. Shamala, as well as Perak Hockey Association President Muhammad Sayuti Abdul Samad sought an audience with Sultan Nazrin to seek his consent for the hosting of the 2022 Sultan Azlan Shah Cup tournament. Apart from the hosting of the tournament, Datuk Sri Subhan also shared MHC's latest developments and plans for this year with Sultan Nazrin. The Sultan Azlan Shah Cup was not held in 2020 and 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Youth and Sports Minister Datuk Sri Ahmad Faizal Azumu hopes all parties will refrain from turning the issue between the Badminton Association of Malaysia (BAM) and Lee Zijia into a polemic or making negative assumptions. The minister, who held a meeting with the country's #1 singles ace yesterday, hoped both parties could find an amicable solution to the issue. Datuk Sri Ahmad Faizal held a 1-hour closed-door meeting with Zijia and women's single shuttler Goh Jin Wei yesterday after BAM announced that they would not register both players for any international tournaments for a period of 2 years. Last Friday, BAM Deputy President Datuk Sri Jaharuddin Muhammad Yunus announced that the body would not register Zijia for any international tournament for a 2-year period effective from 18th January. This follows the All England champions' decision to leave BAM to turn professional. BAM also decided not to register World Junior Champion Jin Wei for any tournaments for a 2-year period effective from 31st October 2021. However, BAM confirmed that Zijia had submitted an appeal letter regarding their decision and promised to find the best solution immediately. Datuk Sri Ahmad Faizal and Zijia is expected to hold separate meetings with the BAM today.
I am very excited and honored to be racing for Malaysia for this upcoming 2022 Winter Olympic Games in Beijing. And I hope to compete with all my strength for this upcoming Olympic Games.
I think it's really cool. I think it's something special, and that I feel that I'm kind of making history for that country, and that since I'm one of the first ones to go, that it can inspire other people from that country to represent Malaysia in another sport.
I've tried my best to qualify for the Beijing Winter Olympics, but I have much to improve and will continue to work hard for the next Winter Olympics.
I just wanted to say, for myself, even if I don't qualify, I hope that you continue to support us, support winter sport in Malaysia, to help us to continue to grow and continue to improve as the years go by. And I promise on my part that I will do my best to represent my country every time I get the opportunity to, as well as, be an inspiration to the next generation of younger athletes. And to the athletes competing in Beijing, all the best to all of you, and I hope you guys do really well.
That marks the end of today's updates at noon. Headlines for today: Election Commission to discuss on Johor State election date. Don't forget to tune in to News at 10, coming up at 10 p.m, available on saluran Berita RTM, RTM Clicks website and mobile app. I'm Azlani Adani. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.